In Palworld, there are plenty of great pals that have really cool and interesting designs that stand out from one another, and one pal that I've always personally really liked the design of was Prixter. But since I think this pal is pretty awesome, I wanted to see how strong the Slick Scorpion can really be. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Speaker, and today I'm going to be showing you how to upgrade Prixter. Before we get into the video, just a friendly reminder that if you enjoy any of the music you hear during this video or just want to support the channel in general, it's all part of my DMCA free music label, Speakerhead Studios. This is a music label I created and run where all the songs on it are completely DMCA free, so go ahead and use any of these tracks for your content creating needs. We currently have over 70 songs available with more added frequently, so if you're interested in checking that out, all the links will be in the description below. Lastly, I want to give a quick shout out to the individual who requested I make an upgrade guide on Prixter. I really appreciate your comment and support towards the channel. But with all that out of the way, let's get back to the guide. So before we talk about any upgrades for Prixter, it's best to go over some of the basics of them first. Prixter is a dark and ground type pal that can be found all across the northern beach area on Sakurajima Island, along with also being able to be obtained through many different breeding options that can be found on Palworld's official website. Moving on to their partner skill, when activated in a dungeon, they'll help the player find the exit by showing an icon on your compass at the top of the screen. Something else I'll mention is that this is one of the few pals where upgrading their partner skill doesn't really do anything. After doing some tests at the entrance of a Faybreak dungeon, the only difference I can see is that the cooldown of the ability decreases by a substantial amount when fully upgraded. Other than that, any level partner skill will show the icon from any distance for exactly 1 minute. That being said, considering their cooldown with the level 1 partner skill is the same duration of time as the icon, it doesn't really matter about upgrading their partner skill. However, you should still upgrade your Prixter in a pal condenser since this also upgrades their general stats as well. And when it comes to exclusive skills, Prixter is going to have one exclusive active skill, which is Upper Smash. Finally, when it comes to their base skills, Prixter is going to be a level 3 in lumbering and a level 1 in both gathering and medicine production. So now that we've gone over the basics of Prixter, let's actually start upgrading them. Now the first way to upgrade Prixter is by breeding one for good passive skills. While there are a few passive skill combinations I could see working pretty well with this pal, for my Prixter I personally decided to give mine Legend, Demon God, Invader, and Serenity. So for those who might not be aware, Invader is a passive skill that can only be naturally found on Xenolord, which can only be obtained after defeating the raid boss version of this pal. And with it giving a 30% attack boost to both dark and dragon type moves, it's a pretty great skill to have on many pals. Also, to help you get this skill along with Legend onto your Prixter, here's a breeding tree that shows you how to pass these skills onto them. But getting back to the passive skill combination I mentioned, these skills will give Prixter a 60% attack boost, a 25% defense boost, a 30% cooldown on all active skills, and finally an additional 30% attack boost to both dark and dragon type moves. That being said, if you wanted to give your Prixter more power, then you could replace Serenity with skills such as Musclehead, Ferocious, Siren of the Void, or Lord of the Underworld. And if you wanted to give them a lifesteal effect, then you could replace Serenity or possibly even Invader with Vampiric. Now for the sake of this video, I'll be sticking with the first set of skills that I mentioned. However, a combination of any of the previously mentioned skills would work great with Prixter. So once you got a Prixter with the passive skills you prefer, the next way to upgrade them is in a pal condenser. Any pal can have their partner skill along with their general stats upgraded in a pal condenser. On top of this, once a pal is fully upgraded in a condenser, all of their base skills will level up by 1 as well, which can be pretty helpful. Every pal will start with a level 1 partner skill, and with a total of 117 pals, you can upgrade a pal 4 times in a condenser, with level 2 needing 4 pals, level 3 needing 16 pals, level 4 needing 32 pals, and level 5 needing 64 pals. Now assuming it took you a few attempts to get a Prixter with the passive skills you prefer, you should have enough spare pals to upgrade them at least a couple of times. But after you're done upgrading your Prixter in a Statue of Power, the next way to upgrade them is in a Statue of Power. With a total of 30 small pal souls, 18 medium pal souls, 18 large pal souls, and 90 giant pal souls, you can give any pal a 60% boost in attack, defense, and health. And to help you get the first 3 types of pal souls, here's a list of every pal in the game that drops these types of souls. And to help you get giant pal souls, here's a map of every predator pal in the game that drops these types of souls. Finally, if you want to farm all 4 types of pal souls, you can do the pal genetic research mission in the pal expedition station to farm all these. And once you've finished upgrading your Prixter in the Statue of Power, the next way to upgrade them is by hitting that subscribe button and liking the video. Doing both these things really helps out the channel, so if you like the content and want to support it, make sure to subscribe. But getting back to the guide, the actual next step to upgrading your pals is by increasing their hidden potential stats. While using ability glasses unlocked at level 34, you can see the hidden potential stats of any pal. By feeding your pal 1 of 3 types of pal fruits, you can upgrade these stats, with each fruit increasing 1 stat by 10. And to get these pal fruits, you can do that in a few different ways. The first way to get them is by defeating either the Belnor Libero, Blazemutt Ryu, or Xenolord raid bosses. The next way to get pal fruits is by buying them from a metal merchant located at any destroyed church on the map using dog coins. And the last way you can get them is by turning in bounty tokens to a vigilante bounty officer found at any village on the map. For bounty tokens, you can get these by finding and defeating wanted NPCs across the map. I've also found the best way to farm these tokens by catching the wanted NPCs in high tier spheres and butchering them to gain double the amount of tokens. But going back to metal merchants and dog coins, a tip I always like to give is to use a Catress while hunting Mimogs to get more dog coins. While fighting together, their partner skill makes neutral pals drop more items when defeated, which works on Mimogs and dog coins. Also remember to upgrade your Catress and a pal condenser to further increase the amount of dog coins Mimogs drop. Finally, I will mention that there's one last way to increase a pal's hidden potential stats, and that's by using Dr. Braun. This is a new NPC that was added during the Faybreak update that can be found randomly anywhere on the map. But these special NPCs allow you to operate on 1 pal per day, which can increase the hidden potential stats of said pal by 15. They also have a chance of giving your pal a new positive passive skill as well. Now while this might sound like a great way to upgrade a pal, I should also mention that there's a chance of the operation going wrong and decreasing a pal's stats by 15 or possibly even 30, which could be a major setback. And just like a good operation, a bad operation has a chance of giving a pal a negative passive skill as well. So it's a bit of a gamble, but I did want to mention this since I'm sure some people will find this helpful. But regardless of which method you decide to go with, you want to upgrade Prixter's hidden stats until all of them are at 100. So once you're all done upgrading Prixter's hidden potential stats, these are currently all the permanent upgrades you can do to them. That being said, there still are a few temporary upgrades you can do to them, and the first of these is with food. Depending on what food you or your pal eats, they can grant a wide variety of benefits such as attack boost, defense boosts, work speed boosts, along with many others. For combat purposes, I personally go with Mammoris Curry and Galeclaw Nikujaga. However, I highly recommend looking through all the different food options you can craft to see which ones might work best for you. Now the second way you can temporarily upgrade your Prixter is by taking advantage of Hukrati's partner skill. While in your party, their partner skill will give an attack boost to dark type pals also in your party. With a level 1 partner skill, they'll grant a 10% attack boost. However, with a level 5 partner skill, they'll grant a 20% attack boost. So if you had 4 Hukratis in your party with fully upgraded partner skills alongside your Prixter, they'd gain an additional 80% attack boost. Now the very last way you can temporarily upgrade Prixter is by doing upgrades in the Pal Labor Research Laboratory. What this structure does is it'll give passive boosts to your base and the pals working at your base depending on which path you upgrade. There are 9 different categories you can upgrade, with each one having their own unique benefits. That being said, if you were to upgrade the far right path on all 9 categories, you can give the pals working at your base an 18% boost in attack and defense. Just keep in mind that these upgrades will only work with pals working at your base. But with that last upgrade out of the way, these are currently all the upgrades you can do to Prixter at this time. So if you upgraded your pal the same way as I did in this video, not including upgrades from the Pal Labor Research Laboratory, then their stats should generally look like these. But instead of just showing a bunch of numbers on screen, I wanted to see how strong Prixter really is, so we're gonna have them do a quick fight against Say and Selyne to test them out. Also, for those who are curious, these are the active skills that my pal will be using during this fight. So without further ado, let the fight against Say and Selyne begin. Alright, Prixter, let's see what you can do, buddy. Good damage, good damage. Nice hits, buddy. I'll also mention that I know I built my Prixter more aiming towards dark type moves, but he is a really good ground type pal as well. Like I said, I just focused on dark type specifically because of his exclusive ability. Doing great, buddy. Just a few more good solid hits and she should be done. Ooh, yikes. Come on, buddy. I think I'm gonna... Oh, nice job. I was gonna say, I think I'm gonna pull him back for a second, but way to come in clutch, Prixter. Nice job. Now with that battle all wrapped up, I hope this shows just how powerful you can make Prixter. But that's going to be my upgrade guide on Prixter. Let me know what you think down below. Let me know if you found this guide helpful, and also let me know what pals you'd like to see me upgrade in the future. Finally, once again, if you enjoyed any of the music you heard during this video or just want to support the channel in general, you can check out my DMCA free music label and the links down below. But that's all I have to say for now, so thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll catch all y'all in the next one. Take it easy, everybody.